Tommy, look at you and your hammers. The only place where there are more hammers in this table are the aisle at the home center.
Hey, and there's a lot more than are here because, like you say, but these are just some that we have up here. I mean, look at, they have wooden handles, steel handles, wood, fiberglass, and different types of heads. All kinds of hammers with different things. Rubber mallets, you use in all trades. Use these carpenters, plumbers, whatever, they're all going to use that. A ball peen hammer, mechanics love these for making gaskets and stuff like that. Tin knockers. Mason hammer for cutting brick, setting it.
And then the army of the hammers that the carpenters use, which are distinguished by obviously size, but they've got different heads, handles, claws.
Yeah, I mean, look right here. We have a straight claw and a curved claw. And the curved claw will give you more leverage when you're trying to pull a nail out.
This one's going to have to travel a lot further to pull it that way.
Right, and you also notice that you have a longer handle, so that's going to give you a lot more leverage also.
So a framer would use something like that.
A framer would use that. I mean, I think I've tried every single kind of hammer out there, and I always go back to my Old Faithful. It's right here. I've probably had this thing for 35 years.
So you like wooden handle.
I love a wooden handled hammer.
You like the straight claw.
Straight claw is a plus.
Versus the curved.
And the reason I like the straight is because you can use it for different things. I mean, I can use it if I'm driving a nail into a tight spot, I can use the claw to drive the nail, or I can actually chisel wood out.
And you like the smooth face versus the waffle.
Yeah, great for framing, not for finish.
Why good for framing?
Well, when you're framing, years ago, we were taught that when you're framing and you're driving nails, and let's say you're driving a nail in a corner, that hammer could slip off the nail. If you're driving and you're driving at an angle, you want it to bite into that head. You actually get a better grip.
Okay, so that's for gripping the
Yeah,
nail.
now you look at this hammer here, and there's a few more of them. You can actually drive a spike. Let's say when you're framing a roof or something, and you're up on the ridge, and you want to take that hammer, and you got to hold the rafter up against the ridge, and you're up there reaching, you can take this and just bang at one stop.
So you've got a little tiny magnet into the head. You got a little bit of a recess for the head of the nail, and when those two kind of come together,
take it up there and reach up high. Boom. The hammer allows you to drive it in.
That's pretty cool.
It's
it
pretty
comes
cool.
in handy.
Yeah.
So I'm also noticing different handles. That one's wood. This one is a metal tine with a rubber handle right here. Do you have a preference? And is there?
Well, I have a preference, but you have to think of a hammer, number one, as an extension of your arm. All right, and you're going to hold that hammer. As a carpenter, we hold the hammer a lot during the day.
Right.
And you want it to feel good in your hand, and you get used to different styles, like that steel with this grip. That's a nice grip, all right?
This is a hatchet handle right here, which I know, I mean, there's some people who just swear by this.
Yeah,
I've never gotten used to it.
I can't get used to it either. I still like the conventional. I actually modify my handle just a little bit. You can see I put holes in it for a grip.
Yeah.
As a carpenter, you use this hammer a lot during the day, and it becomes part of you, and you want it to feel good.
And then in terms of technique, Tommy, I mean, you have always said that it's about the grip and how the hammer is like an extension of your arm.
Exactly right. I mean, you want to swing the hammer, line it up with your shoulder, the hammer, and the nail, and swing like that, not like this. Also, the grip is very important. A good, firm grip with your fingers and thumb around it. Not down here, not pointing to the nail, or having your thumb up wild like that, because if you want to bend a nail, this is the best way to do it. So you drive the nail, 9 times out of 10, you're going to slip off just like that. But if you hold it correctly and swing it right, the nail will be driven with less effort.
And the technique changes a little bit when we are talking about trim, because obviously smaller nail, but a little bit finer technique, a little more finesse.
Finished nail, smooth hammer, light hammer.
Not the waffle.
Yep, so the head is nice and smooth, so if I did miss, I'm not going to damage the wood. I drive it down, get it so just right there, almost flush with the surface.
Just a tiny bit above.
Yeah, take the nail set, give it a good firm tap, get it down below so you can get some wood filler in there.
And this is going to make you wince, but I'm just going to do it with the framing hammer.
Yeah.
Drive it in, and of course when you finish it.
So now you've got a lot of wood that has to be fixed, and you still have to set the nail.
Right. No good.
Yeah, not good.
Okay, I love it.
All right.
All about hammers. Thank you, Tommy.
It's hammer time, right?
Oh, groan. Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.